Hello, Arne. What did you make of your first Premier League game and a very good second half performance? You made a big change at half time.
We as a team made a big change at half time because we came out totally different than we came out the first half. But I have to give credits to Ipswich as well because I think they were aggressive. They were not afraid. They were playing all over the pitch 1v1 to defend us. And then it's about winning your duels and winning your second balls. And I think they won more than us, and that's why it was absolutely an equal game in the first half. But second half, we won more duels, we won more second balls, and we played more balls in behind. Because if the other team take the risk of playing 1v1 and you have the likes of Luis Diaz, Salah and Jota, then use them, play the balls in behind. That's what we did better the second half, and from there on, gaps opened up, and you could see also how good and well we could play in ball possession.
I mean, Salah's got this record now of 9. No one scored more goals in the opening match round.
Okay.
It's hard to think he's going to be out of contract at the end of the season. He looks like he could play another 4 or 5 years at this level.
If I see what he does to keep his body as it is and to be ready to play every game, I think there are many more years inside of him to play. But if you're okay with it, I'm looking now at Brentford and not at the end of the season.
Annie, you seem to suggest in your quotes to TV that you were unhappy with the balls that your team were losing in the first half. Were you quite forceful at half time in the message that you delivered to the players?
No, not so much that we lose the balls too much. I think we lost far too many duels. So they were very aggressive. That also led to 3 yellow cards, but in a good way aggressive. So and we didn't cope with that well enough, in my opinion. So that's what I said to them at half time. If you want to win over here, you need to go a step up in terms of winning your duels first and make it a fight out of it, instead of accepting that every time we play a ball long, that the ball ends up in our 16 again. And that was it helped us, I think, as well that Ibu Konate came in, because he from the start won his duels from the number 9, and that gave us also a lot of ball possession, and that led to 2 goals, which we could have scored a few more though.
There's been a lot of talk about the defensive midfield position, but I thought Ryan was excellent in there today. What did you make of him in that position today?
For me, it's always about the team. So if an individual performance is really good, that is because the team does really well. So everybody is emphasizing on the goal Mo scored and the assist he had, but both goals were from a build-up situation where we started one time with Virgil and the other time I think even with Alisson. So we need to make sure that these players, the attackers, come in promising positions, and the team needs to help them for that. And it's the same with Ryan. Of course, Ryan is attacking minded, but if we play with him, the rest of the team needs to help him as well. So it takes a lot of effort for the attackers and for the attacking midfielders to help him there. But what we do know with Ryan, that he can play the ball forward if he sees options to do so. So that helped us today, especially in the second half.
On a personal level, what was your overall first impression of the Premier League experience this week, right up until arriving in Ipswich, going through the game? What was your first experience?
Now, when I started here, there were many things that have been told to me, but one of them was that Jürgen hated the 12:30 kickoff, and today the team showed that we hated the 12:30 kickoff because we were not in the game in the first half. And the second thing is, what people told me is that there are no easy games in the Premier League, and we showed that today. If you play against the newly promoted team, and they can make such a fight out of it as they did in the first half, they can make it so difficult for us. And then there's probably a lot more to come, and that's why it's also important for us to have weeks like the upcoming ones where we can work with the team to prepare them even better than we prepared them today, because first half was not good enough. Second half was a real good performance.
Get through the last couple of quicks we can.
Just again on Ryan Gravenberch, when you say it's a lot about his defensive play, of course, when you're maybe in games where Liverpool needed to defend a bit more, what additional qualities are you looking for from him and also the players around him to enable him to stay in that position?
Defending we do with 11. We don't do this with one player. So he needs to have. We need to help him as all the others in the position where he's playing in or where anyone else is playing in. So it's not that only Virgil and Ibu or only Virgil and Jarell are defending. The whole team have to do so. And if we defend with 11, that would help Ryan or whoever is playing there a lot, because last season Maka played there a lot, and I think he has certain qualities that Ryan has as well. I think if you look at both players, the first thing you think of is with the ball, in ball possession. And that's why we as a team have to make sure that whoever is playing in that position is not too exposed. And that's what happened today, because I think the team really helped to defend in the best possible way. And because of that, Ryan had a good performance.
Johnny, then last one here.
Hi Arne, it's going to be a process for you to impose your football on this team, but I just wondered how close that impressive second half was to what you want to see for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I don't think for the Liverpool supporters it's the first time in 9 years that they saw the team playing really well. So I inherited a very, very good team with a lot of great individuals. But also these players have to understand that it's not enough what they brought in the first half. And if they bring the maximum of their capacity, then they can play really, really good. And that's what they showed in the second half today. But it was good to see that the goals we scored, but I think the attack, that would probably be a match of the day tonight as well. That didn't lead to a goal was the nicest one, and that was the one Lucio just hit over the bar. And that was a way I want to see the team doing more and more and more and more if they can.
Finally.
The goals came from balls in behind to Salah, and even in the first half, that seemed like a clear route to goal. Was that something you'd worked on beforehand, and was there anything about Ipswich that meant that was such a clear route towards goal?
The way that the other team defends, there we have to find our answer. And today, Ipswich took the risk to play 1v1 all over the pitch, so their centre-back always stepped in towards Dominic Szoboszlai. That means that you leave 3 defenders against 3 strikers, 3 of our attackers. And then we need to recognize those moments and then make sure that we bring those 3 players in dangerous situations. And that's then not to keep playing short. Then we have to find them with direct passes or passes in behind. And that led to the fact that they didn't take that risk anymore. And from that moment on, we had a lot of time to play and to do our build-up, which you saw the second half. In the end of the second. So we have to recognize how the other team is defending, and then we have to find our answer. And that's what we did really well in the second half.
Thank you, everyone.